YouTube, what's going on, man? It's your boy Xerxes coming back at you with another one. This one is a bit of an homage to the first build guide that I ever put out for Path of Exile. I was kind of going through my videos the other day and saw my first video. It kind of made me laugh. The quality of it. It hasn't gotten a ton better, but they have gotten a little bit better. But anyway, this is a Vol Lightning Strike champion uh, build with Doriani's prototype. Okay, so the whole premise here is you just want to make, if you've never played a Doriani's build, I will go over it quickly with you guys after we run the map showcase, but the whole gist of this thing is to basically lower your lightning res to as low as possible. You want to divert the lightning damage that you take to other sources, and then the enemies basically have the same lightning res as you. So that's how they work. I have negative 95 lightning res, which means that enemies that are near me are going to have negative 95 lightning res too. So it's a super fun build if you've never played like a Doriani's build before. It does take a little bit of tinkering, like with the gear, to make yourself feel tanky and not die to lightning damage. I'll go over it quickly afterwards. This isn't going to be like a super in-depth build guide. Just kind of want to show you what the build is capable of, in this iteration of it. So let's go through here and I'll show you what the build plays like. Super fast, super zoomy, super tanky too. I think in my POB I have like over 150k EHP. So it can definitely take some hits, and you're not just going to be a glass cannon out there, getting wrecked by a bunch of stuff. We have, I believe it's like 91 or 92% spell suppression with Lucky. So, I mean, in theory, we pretty much have 100% spell suppression, especially with how much regen we have. As long as the spell doesn't one-shot us, we're not going to die to it. So, let's see if I can stand in this. Oh, yeah, no problem. I haven't really like limit tested this build too much. I literally just finished putting the last pieces on it about 10 minutes ago, and then I just wanted to jump in and record a video because it's like 1 o'clock in the morning over where I am. But just playing this kind of brought me back. I think it was Sentinel League was the first league that I played this build, and I was like, yo, this is fun. So just kind of looking for something to do towards the end of this league. I've tried a lot of builds this league, luckily, because I got lucky and gambled a Mage Blood, so I just had a shit ton of currency to throw at everything basically. And I've actually made quite a bit of currency on flipping my builds after I'm done with them. So it's just basically been an opportunity for me to try out a bunch of stuff this league. So I'm having a lot of fun with it. As you can see, super zoomy. Don't got to worry about anything really. You just, hold Val Lightning Strike down and watch everything blow up. Very similar to the Frostblade's playstyle, but this one I would argue is much more tanky and probably has quite a bit more single target damage as well. I forgot that this boss has these stupid ass phases. It's not my favorite boss, but I wasn't really paying attention when I bought the map. I just bought one that had a conqueror, so I could show you the single target. Well, this guy should be back by now. There we go. Okay. So one thing to go over real quick is we are a champion, right? So as a champion, we have access to first to strike, last to fall, which means we get adrenaline when we reach low life. The easiest way that I found to reach low life is just to use Righteous Fire. So I just throw Righteous Fire on anytime I'm going to fight a boss. So I'll walk down the stairs, pop Righteous Fire, and then once I hit a low life, it will remove the burning, so you don't have to worry about Righteous Fire staying on. And then we're just going to get a shit ton of damage, pop your Ancestral Protector, pop your Val Lightning Strike, and watch Alhazman melt into the ground. So, boom, pop that, Protector, 2 Lightning Strikes, and he's gone. So the single target is pretty high. If one thing to note with Val Lightning Strike 2, just so you guys are aware, let's just quickly say that like this little grate right here is the enemy. So Val Lightning Strike has 2 instances of damage, right? So one of them is a melee hit, and the other one is a projectile hit. So as you can see, when I slam the ground, there's 5 projectiles that come out, right? So each of those do their own damage. And then when I'm slamming the ground, there's an instance of melee damage that happens right here. So one thing to note is that like if you have a big boss right here, you might be able to hit him with all 5 of your projectiles, but you're not hitting him with the melee part of it, right? So you need to position yourself. It's usually right around in this area, like if the boss was right here, to where you're hitting the melee part of it and you're also hitting with all 5 of your projectiles. So that's how you maximize your damage with Vaal Lightning Strike, okay? So we'll go back to the hideout. I'll quickly just go over every piece of gear with the links. Like I said, I'm not going to go super in depth on this, but I'll give you the gist of it. Basically, all you want to do is just stack fire res and chaos res, and then cold and lightning you can completely disregard. Okay, so we have a lion pelt here that has lightning strike fires additional projectiles with mana reservation efficiency on the implicit and reduced mana cost on the implicit. Those are important. My lightning strike only cost me 5 mana. Okay, other than that, you're looking for spell suppress, fire, chaos, and on the helmet in particular, you need to get mana reservation efficiency with an essence of loathing. Okay, crafted on +1 AoE to get my auras up to a higher level. So I'm running a 23 determination, 23 purity of fire, just a level 1 precision for my Watcher's Eye, and then grace. Okay, the claw is just flat lightning damage, crit, attack speed, crit multi, and pen with hits can't be evaded. We don't have any accuracy, so we pretty much are forced into getting hits can't be evaded. And on here, we just use mark on hit with life tap and assassin's mark for some crit. We are using, I don't know how to pronounce this, but this shield with it has a bunch of 12 divine. This guy wants to buy these gloves. Huh? Okay, well we're just gonna sell these 12 divine gloves real quick. Crafted these for a it was like a fizz converted to cold build that I was playing. So let's sell these real quick and then we'll get back into the rest of the explanation. Oh, trying to whisper. Cheers. Okay, sorry about that. So we're going back here. So this gives us a bunch of stuff, mainly that I'll kind of go over it, right? So Divine Flesh is 50% of our elemental damage is taken as chaos damage, right? So we need another 50% of our elemental damage to get taken as something else. And that's where our Lethal Pride under Rakiata comes in. We take Tempered by War, and this says 50% of cold and lightning take it as fire. Okay, so basically between these two, we're taking no cold damage and we're taking no lightning damage. So all of those get converted to either fire or chaos. So that's the reason why we stack just a shit ton of fire and chaos res. Okay, besides that, it does give us some other things, right? So we get 15% of our life as extra energy shield. As you can see, I don't have any energy shield right now, and that is because Immortal Ambition. So it says energy shield starts at 0. We can't recharge or regen energy shield, and our life leech basically fills our life, and then once our life is full, it recovers energy shields instead. So once we hit full energy shield, we sacrifice all of that through what is this one? Everlasting Sacrifice, and that gives us +5 to all res. So we're going to go from 80 and 79 to 85. I need to get 2 more chaos res, just haven't done that yet, and then 84. So our res while mapping will be 84% fire, and once I get 2 more res here, it'll be 85% chaos. So we're taking all of our damages, all of our elemental damage as fire and chaos, and we're stacking fire and chaos res. Pretty self-explanatory, right? So in here we just go flame dash for some movement if we need to get up for a wall, molten shell, and blood rage. Okay, rings are pretty simple. They're just life, fire, chaos, non-channeling skills. Same thing here. You want an alls with mark for death for the culling strike, and then wrath has no reservation, so we can squeeze in some more auras. Doriani's in here. We have anomalous lightning strike for the extra pierce, and then we have awakened LE damage with attacks, volatility, awakened added lightning damage, multi-strike, and anomalous night blade. These gloves are the exact same gloves that I was wearing in my Frostblades Trickster. You just want non-vol strike skills target additional enemies, pierce, chaos res, fire res, attack speed. The cold damage preferably would be lightning damage, but I wasn't going to make a whole new pair of gloves just for this, so these are fine for now. The Perseverance, this is pretty much standard if you're stacking armor and evasion on a champion, which we are. So as you can see, we have unbuffed, it's 26 and 28,000. With our Flash Sun, we're at 47 and 40,000. So we just get increased attack damage for the lowest one of these. It's a shit ton. It's best in slot, you know, unless you're doing something like Mage Blood. But even then, I think this belt is probably still better. And the boots, we are looking for suppress on here, move speed, fire res, and the real big one here is that between your Eldritch Implicit and your normal mod on your boots, you need to get 60% chance to avoid elemental ailments, and that's because we get 60 from here. Through this Thread of Hope, we're able to take Crystal Skin to get +1 all res and 20% avoidance here, and then we take the Life Mastery Wheel here, and this gives us the other 20. So between those three things, we have 100% chance to avoid elemental ailments, which is huge. That's part of the reason why our our survivability and EHP is so high. So that covers all the gear. Flasks are pretty standard. You just want move speed, life, armor, evasion, and more armor. You can move these around based on, if you want to try and balance, your armor and evasion out a little bit. Might be better for me to switch the Basalt into a whatever that other evasion one is. But for now, I think the armor is more important. So that covers all the gear. The tree I'll just quickly go over. Don't want to make this a super long video. I didn't level this. I just switched over from a Slayer. But the ascendancies that we go, Inspirational, First to Strike, Last to Fall, Unstoppable Hero, and Fortitude. And then, like I said, we want to lower our lightning res as much as possible. So we are taking 3 Thread of Hopes here. If you can get them with, -20 all res, that's even better. But these are the places that we're putting them, and we just get some good passives that we can allocate in all of these. Okay, so that's where these go. Like I said, you want a Lethal Pride with make sure that it is with Rakiata, and you take Tempered by War, and then you're just looking for stuff like double damage, crit chance, crit multi on any of these things that you have allocated in here. And the cluster jewel setup, there's 2 that are exactly the same. So you just want Claw, a damage cluster with Feed the Fury, Fuel the Fight, and Martial Prowess. I have one here and the exact same one pretty much down here. And the exact same thing for the medium cluster jewels. You just want them to have pressure points and quick getaway. So I have one of those here, and then each of these are the same up here: pressure points, quick getaway. Okay. Melding of the Flesh, this lowers our res as well. So this helps with damage. This is an absolute metric ton of damage that we get from this. So melding goes there. Like I said, Watcher's Eye. This is why we have the precision just at level 1, so we can get 40% increased attack damage and then more crit chance while we're affected by Wrath. And the last 2 jewels are Forbidden Flame and Forbidden Flesh, which give us Bane of Legends, and that's just more attack damage if we've killed recently, and then more attack damage if we've hit a rare or unique enemy recently. So that goes over the build. I don't think that I missed anything. I will include a link to my POB down in the description below so you guys can check it out. Like I said, I believe it's up over 150,000 EHP. Yeah, I'm at 193,000 EHP with, in perfect circumstances, pretty much 100 million DPS. So it's a lot. So I'll leave the build there. If you guys could drop a like on the video and leave any comments or questions that you have down below. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out. Real quick, guys, I forgot that I had this in my inventory. I wanted to do this, and I forgot. I haven't run any bosses on this build yet, but I did buy a Screaming Invitation earlier. So as a little bit of bonus content, we're just gonna pop this in and see what the damage is like on the Eater. So we'll give it a shot. If I get wrecked, I'll just edit this out of the video. But let's see how it goes. Right. So we want to get down to low life. Boom. Oh, don't want to stand in that. Okay, you fucker. We got Vault Lightning Strike now, so let's go. Oh, now you're going to do Inescapable Doom, you fucking asshole. I hate this. Just die. Okay, let's get down to low life. That's funny. While I'm recording, this is literally the first Forbidden Flame or Forbidden Flesh that I've gotten in the entire league. But anyway, that was kind of a scuffed run. You know, he moved around a lot, but as you can see, the build's tanky. I took a beam to the face. You know, so just wanted to share that with you guys in case you wanted to see a little bit of boss damage. In perfect conditions, you can probably melt him down in like one phase. I just played it kind of bad, but anyway, there it is, guys. Catch you later.